Hey y'all, let's have a look at number 4 on the practice material for exam 2. So it involves a graphic from XKCD. Like it notes here that we don't actually really need the graphic. This is kind of just where these numbers came from. So we don't have to open it. On this chart, the giraffe is at position 0.9, and Mount Everest is at position 3.9. How many times taller is Mount Everest than the giraffe? So remember that this is a log scale, right? So if we were to say plot this on a line, our little tick marks would be 10 to the -2, 10 to the -1, 10 to the 0, 10 to the 1, 10 to the 2, right? They would be powers of 2. So let's actually make a little line plot here and see if that helps us out. Got one made here. For the giraffe, which is probably how that's spelled, we have that is 10 to the 0.9 meters tall. And then we have that Mount Everest is 10 to the 3.9 meters tall. So if we were to plot these on a line scale, which again, it didn't actually ask you to do, but we're going the extra mile here, we would put for giraffe should be in yellow, I think. Let's put it at 10 to the 0.9. So since it's 10 to the 0.9, it's going to be about 90% of the way from this line to this line. It's going to be about right here. Right, so that's our giraffe. Right? Mount Everest, we can do in, I'd say, blue. And that's going to be 10 to the 3.9, right, about here. Okay. So if I wanted to figure out how many times larger Mount Everest is than the giraffe, right, then on a log scale, that's actually pretty easy. Every time I go one hop to the right, that's an increase times 10, right? So 10, 100, 1,000, right? Mount Everest is about 1,000 times the size of a giraffe, right? So that's the answer to the first question. So Mount Everest is about 1,000 times the size of a giraffe. Okay. You didn't actually have to draw this out. You could have just said, okay, well, I can actually divide these two. Right, so here's the other way you could solve it. Let's go. Size of Mount Everest is 10 to the 3.9 divided by the size of the giraffe, to the 0.9. And if you remember your rules for dividing with same base, different exponents, this would be the same as 10 raised to the 3.9 minus 0.9 in the denominator, which is 10 to the 3, right, or 1,000. Okay, and that's all there is to that, right? So remember that if you are trying to figure out how many times larger one thing is than another on a log scale, all you have to do is divide the larger one by the smaller one. And then the second part of this question was just how big is Mount Everest, just in regular number form, not on a log scale, right? Not written as 10 to the something. Right? There's a couple ways you could do this. One is, well, we know that Mount Everest is 10 to the 3.9 meters tall, right? Well, we can actually just plug that into our calculator. 10 raised to 3.9 should get us 7,943, right? 0.28 or so meters tall. The other way is you could, since we know that the giraffe is what was given to us as 8 meters tall, and we know that the Mount Everest is 1,000 times the size of the giraffe, right? We could just multiply the 8 meters times 1,000, right? Get about 8,000, which is fairly close to here. Right? Again, this is all fairly approximate. Okay? So either way would be a fair way of going about this, right? But that's how the log scale works. Hopefully that jogged your memory, and hopefully that made sense. I will see y'all in the next video.